CL's Wildcard tournament. I'm Max Rogi Foglia, joined by Nathan Mendrix Mendez, and we got Team Storm versus Abyss eSports Black coming up.
Yeah, well, with that Team Storm, they were originally Team Passion Fruit, so everyone get ready for a Passion Storm coming on through. I can't wait to see what these teams can pull out. Now that they've got the added bonus as well, the OCS is up for grabs. This is the semi-final match.
Yeah, it's going to be a best of 3. I'm super hyped from this game. We just saw what Abyss White can do, so let's see if their brothers Black can live up to their standards.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be Black and White coming all the way through here. No grey areas here from the Abyss side. Very impressive to see what these teams will actually pull out. I'm excited for this. This is going to be a good game.
Really looking forward to the draft phase coming up soon. As you guys have mentioned during this cast, 5.11, a lot of big changes to champions like Hecarim, who Rainy is quite infamous for.
Yeah, well, one of the big changes that Hecarim had before is he's not as strong anymore in that regards because they made the change to home guards with his devastating charge. What that means for him is that now it doesn't stack multiply like it did before. Multiply. Oh, yeah. That is such a hard word. Now it is additively. Yes, it's the bane of a caster, really. Additively is now how it works. That means that there's a lot of damage less coming on through for Hecarim because he's not going to have the same movement speed and the same run over potential that he did before.
Yeah, and with that, we're jumping straight into Champion Select, and Rek'Sai going to get banned out immediately. So it'll be interesting to see the rebuttal ban here.
Oh, yeah. Well, Rek'Sai is a fantastic ban all around, really. He's just such a strong champion at the moment. Rise coming on through. Guess they don't want Hanaka having to have the Rise at the moment. And it's just going to be interesting to see that as it's going to happen.
Yeah, even despite the nerfs, Hecarim gets taken out.
Yeah, Hecarim's still a strong champion in his own right. Now that he's got those buffs where he does more damage in the jungle, where his Rampage does a lot more damage to minions as well. He can clear a lot faster, which is where he's starting to make his home now. He's no longer part of the top lane, but still people are still trying it at the moment. It's still effective when he comes on through, and when he pops his Onslaught of Shadows, he's going to hurt. Yeah,
Nunu and Alice are going to get taken out next. We just saw both of them on the winning team in last game. Alistair making the game-winning play, so it'll be not going to happen this game by the looks of it.
Well, he's going to be out of the thing. That's why we said, Alistair, he's a pick or ban.
Yeah, definitely.
You either want him in the game or out of it, and really, he's definitely out of it now.
Yeah, and Kalista going to be the final ban right now, just dominating over every other AD carry at the moment.
Queen of Kite.
Yeah, basically, her Rend combined with the Martial Poise is just too much for the conventional ADC to handle. So we're going to see her as a final ban. And Caitlyn going to get picked up with her new and improved headshot.
Yeah, ignores 50% of armor when the headshot passive is up. Very good in the current state of the meta where we've got the League of Tanks, everyone trying to be as tanky as possible. That headshot really going to shred through them once it gets picked up. But the thing is that with Caitlyn as well, she's still a very strong pick. There's been no changes to her for so long. I'm very excited to see that finally they've gone through. But the moment they did make that change, well, they bugged her in the same process. Now she's fixed up. She's back on the patch. Good to see that we've got her there. Hanaka picking her up for Rainy in that situation.
Yeah, we might be seeing a little bit of build diversity as well. Caitlyn's like to go for that IE first, then a bit of Armor Pen. But now that she has Armor Pen in her kit, a bit more attack speed to get those more frequent headshot procs might be a little bit more common. But as I say that, we see Gragas locked in and Nautilus soon to be followed.
How did I miss Gragas not being banned? My oh my. Gragas has been picked up by Abyss Black, and he's not a first pick as well. So like Team Storm really putting a lot of emphasis on the fact that we need to have this Caitlyn for Rainy. Probably with the new changes coming through, probably a comfort pick for him as well. But there's a lot of lockdown already on the side of Black. You have that Nautilus, and you've also got the Gragas as well. So they've got a lot of opportunity to engage a team fight and really make it work for them.
It's going to be great to see what damage they back up this massive front line with. But we look over to Storm's side, and we see that Janna is going to be hovered over, and Janna kind of coming back a little bit. Ancient Coin was a little bit buffed in the most recent patch, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. So what you find is that it actually is a bit more worth to pick up.
Yep.
One of the big things, though, with the other support items that generate gold for you as well, is that the fact that they are still combat stats. When you look at that in regards to Coin's providing you with a little bit more utility. The problem is that it's not giving you the same sort of combat stats that the shield gives you, or the relic shield, or the Spellfist Blade.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We see Zac being picked up in the jungle for Team Storm. An interesting champion here. Does maybe the new skin release coming up has a bit of hype built into Zach?
Well, I mean, that's his second skin now. Finally, he's only had one this whole time where he was a nice color of purple, but now that he's finally picked up that pool party skin, he's joined everyone else with the multiple skins there. Another big thing of that's coming through. I think they're just looking to really disengage what Black is putting together at the moment. They've got the Orianna. They've got so much engaged. Well, yeah, let's pick up that Janna, knock everyone away when they do start that up. Hey, you want to keep going? That's fine. We've got a Zac to really disrupt the team fight as well.
Yeah, Orianna, really the pinnacle of what it means to be a mage in League of Legends. She's going to be picking that one up. A lot of long-range utility combined with that shockwave on either Nautilus or Gragas. It's going to be a very formidable engage. And we see Jinx being picked up in the ADC role. Basically, the second best hyper carry after Kalista, I feel.
Yeah, really in this situation she is, because she's just scaled so well as the game goes forward as well. I'm surprised Sivir hasn't really been picked up by anyone on any side. She is available at the moment, and she's a great counter into Jinx, really slowing down her early game spike, or not really early game, her late game spike, because she's going to go through and bully her out. Plus, considering the amount of gauge, you've got that death charge as well. You've got the initiate from both Mr. Monkey with Gragas, and again, Orianna as well, just so big. Spell Shield would be so big in these team fights, but they're looking more towards a kite-orientated side. They're going to have that Ezreal in the mid lane, most likely. That gives them that double AD that they need, and rounding off their team with a little bit of magic damage. They've got a great team fight and disengage also with the Rumble.
Yeah, if Zac is able to get multiple knockups on the Rumble ulti, it is going to do so much damage. Just keeping them on that burning will just shred through, while the long range of Caitlyn and Ezreal, by the protected by the Janna, it's looking to be a pretty formidable comp.
Yeah, Abyss Black and Team Storm really showing us different playstyles here. We've got this super hard engaged team that really team fight orientated going on through. I want to get in your face and make sure you die. When you go to Team Storm, no, we're going to sit back. We've got really long range. Make sure you can't get anywhere near us. It's going to be interesting to see the siege situations that pop up. That's a Kassadin.
Yeah, it looks like we got the double AP comp coming out from Abyss. A Kassadin top maybe going to be locked in here. A very formidable top lane, especially against another AP on the other side with the Rumble. Going to be able to negate a little bit of that Flame Spitter damage with the Q, but probably not going to happen as he hovers over Maokai.
Never mind, we've got a Maokai. You know what? We've got Engage. Let's do more Engage in this situation. Maokai is just such a strong champion in his own right. We've seen him, again, champion that never leaves the meta. No one really wants to branch out from him. Maybe eventually, if he gets some changes, he might uproot himself out from there.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. I like what Abyss has done here. They have this massive front line. They have Orianna who can interact with their front line by putting the command protect into a shockwave. And they have Jinx, a really potent hyper carry with so much range that can just sit back and get those rockets through.
Yeah, the thing is, this composition sort of protect the Jinx at this situation as well. Mind you, Orianna in her own right, she lands a massive shockwave as well. It's going to be big all around, but again, it seems to be an orientated team fight surrounding that Jinx. You really want to make sure she's protected and she's able to really go through and just shred the rest of Team Storm. But again, in this situation, it's going to be hard for her. There's so much kite in the potential. Caitlyn outranges her for the majority of the game until she's maxed out her rockets. Again, same with Ezreal. Ezreal will outrange her with a poke. He's probably going to be a very mana-based champion this time around. I'm going to be interested to see whether he goes AD or AP. Probably AD, because they've got enough magic damage on the side already to really bring them through for the team fights.
Yeah, that Janna is going to be crucial on the side of Team Storm if they're going to be able to disengage and protect their two AD carries. So it's going to be interesting to see if she can get that Howling Gale followed by the Monsoon combo to really protect them.
Yeah, the longer this game goes, it's going to be worse and worse for the side. But yeah, it's just basically for the red side at the moment.
Yeah,
I'm having a mental blank here at the moment. Oh my, oh my. Team Storm on that side, they're going to go through and hopefully Abyss Black. There we go. Oh my, oh my.
He's done it.
I've done it. I've picked it up. It's going to get worse and worse for Abyss Black. I'm sorry, coming through from Abyss White, I was just like, is it white or black? I can't remember. There we go. So coming on through, Team Storm have the advantage the longer the game goes on, but Abyss Black really wants to get in their face and make this mid-game, like the late game and the mid-game work for them.
Yeah, they really have to make their initiates work, because if they don't instantly kill Caitlyn or Ezreal, they're just going to kite and kite and kite. And once all that engage has been used, there's no escape. If the Ezreal goes for a more damage-oriented build rather than the Frostborn for control, they're just going to constantly be getting hit by those mystic shots, hit by the headshot passive, pilt over Peacemaker, followed by Ace in the hole. Meanwhile, you've got Zac and Rumble great at chasing. Zac, he gets that elastic slingshot, basically a lane and a half at rank 5 combined with the slow on his Q.
Huge, yeah, it's huge.
It's going to be great. Not to mention, the Janna does have that passive movement speed increase for all allies walking towards her.
Pretty much. In that situation, that means that when the team fight is sort of fizzles out on the side of Abyss Black, that means they can just speed on through. I'm going to chase you down now. You've got nowhere engaged. Let's see what you can do.
Yeah, it's going to be great to see. I'm really looking forward to, as I mentioned earlier, the Orianna and the Jinx to see how they position themselves behind this front line. It's like they have 3 Azir soldiers for them in front, and they're just going to be sitting at the back trying to get off this damage while the front line protects them. Nautilus, really formidable support. I wonder if they're going to go for a 2v2 lane or opt Caitlyn up to that 2v1, do you think?
It's definitely an option that they can go for. When you do have that going through, like the Rumble, you might want to actually send him, keep him there, so you don't want him to be actually fighting against the Jinx. He's going to get bullied out very effectively as well. Maokai does pretty well in a 2v1 situation, so you might not want to lane swap there.
That's true. He does have that heal on his passive.
Yeah, the heal on the passive, spells flying out everywhere, so you just need to get an auto attack off and he's good. He can pick up CS from afar with his saplings, and on top of that, his Arcane Smash is also definitely a ranged ability as well, so he can easily CS on the side. So both these champions have CS potential, but the person who can stay in lane longer would be the Maokai.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. Caitlyn, though, known to be a lane bully. Jinx luckily has that extra range on her rocket launcher, so she might be able to get a few trades off. But the Janna shield is going to make this lane, the bot lane, sorry, really in favor of Team Storm, I feel.
Oh, well, indeed, because what that happens is that shield will go onto it. Caitlyn sees it, instantly run up and start throwing some hits onto the Jinx as when she gets a chance. Jinx will try to trade back with her rockets, but unfortunately for her, that's probably just going to hit the shield. Caitlyn's going to walk away. No worries.
Yeah, the extra AD coming out from that shield is going to be huge as well, and combined with a headshot, 50% armor ignoring, that's going to be good all ranks through the game, I feel.
Yeah, it definitely will be, because once it goes through, it's like, hey, I've got a headshot, throw the shield on me. Just a matter of communications between these teams, because in the bot lane, it definitely is one of those things where it's a marriage between the players. He goes through, yep, thanks, one shot, boom, probably takes a nice good 25% off Jinx, walks away, hey, just wait a bit, I need to get 7 CS, and we'll do it again.
Yeah, pretty much. It'll be interesting to see the jungle matchup. We haven't seen a lot of Zac, and he's primarily an effective ganker, not an effective duelist.
Yeah, so what you'll see is his core might go for an early level 2 because he's got the option to do that. I've actually seen a few stacks recently go through and they take one of the camps closer by to them so they can really get an early level 2 in and just burn a flash or get a kill if possible. But he's got decent wave clear in the jungle, but he's not going to try and he doesn't want to sit there and find Gragas and fight him because Gragas would probably win in an outright 1v1 duel if they had similar stats.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he plans to go for, but level 2 dive will be very effective against the likes of Orianna with going to have to burn her flash. He did take Ignite, so no, other than flash, no survivor summoner spell, no defensive summoner spells, I mean to say, sorry. So yeah, I feel like BTKA is going to be a bit of a target here.
Oh, he's definitely going to be a target at the moment because really with the lanes, you're looking at who you can actually gank. When you've got a Nautilus down in that bot lane, it's so hard to gank him.
Yeah.
He really, it just makes it so hard because the thing is, I'm going to go for your ADC. No, I'm going to put my anchor down on your face and you're going to go nowhere near my ADC. That's what's going to happen here. And on top of that, you got the traps as well from Jinx, just a lot of disengagement on that side. And it's just going to be hard to gank really anyone else in the lanes because you're looking at Maokai is just hard to gank himself. Rumble, he's got his moments, but he's got his mobility as well. Ezreal is just no point there. I'm not really going to go for him in that situation. Orianna, though, she's effective. She's got just a lot of defensive in the fact that she can shield herself, speed away. But she's not the best. She doesn't have the most mobility as other majors. She might be going to be getting a lot of goo raining down on her.
Yeah, definitely. So that Zac, like we said, at level 2, the only really effective lane to gank is a mid because the Elastic Slingshot not going to be that long. At later ranks, you can gank from like Tri-Bush at bot lane all the way through to their side. But yeah, so early on, it'll be interesting to see if he goes for a farm path or a more gank heavy. But Ezreal, we see the double ADC comp. So Ezreal versus Orianna. Who do you think has the edge in this lane and why?
Early game, Orianna has the edge because Ezreal's going to want to build a tier and he's going to have a bit of power trough from that situation. Whereas with Orianna, she's going to be more going for that Morellonomicon or the Chalice, in which case she'll be able to have more defensive stats and really bully out the Ezreal early. On top of that as well, she can shield herself. Ezreal doesn't really have that, and she'll have the minion cover from his Q poke. So look for it to start in Orianna's favor, but when it hits that mid-game area or towards that early mid-game when that Manamune starts running through or whatever Ezreal decides to pick up, he can start to deal a lot more damage and have more wave clear. That's when it will be pick up for him. But again, in the long run, Orianna has the better team fight, so you can't really, knock her out in the mid or late game.
All right, guys, we'll get hyped because it is game of 1 in the best of 3 between Team Storm, and Abyss Black.
Yeah, Team Passion Storm going on through. These guys have been changing their names all across. We've got so many common things. They're muddling us up at the moment, but that's fine. Semi-final action, wildcard to go on through. Teams, there's what's with everyone just running past each other? We don't care about team fights. We're just going to get wards in the lanes and find out what you're doing. Yeah, it
looks like we've seen mirror invades by both teams all games today. So it's going to be interesting to see how they really follow this up to see if they run into each other rather. Ezreal getting a nice ward down to see the counter, basically see where they come out of rather.
Yeah, just to see if are they going to go through there. We'll just make sure if there is any stragglers, we can pick up an easy kill on the side of them. But by the looks of things, Abyss Black, they're using the buddy system at the moment. Everyone comes out together, no man behind. But the tree, well, he just wants to be a part of the scenery there, probably get a steal in the process.
Yeah, look at the wards coming out on the top red side jungle, just everywhere. It looks like Orianna getting a little bit of poke done on her Flame Spitter combined with a Mystic Shot. Not going to do too much, but just going to let her know that, hey, this isn't a safe area to be right now.
Yeah, and also Abyss Black are initiating a lane swap. You've got the Jinx there up in the top lane, and you've got a lot of resources dedicated in the jungle of Team Sports. Very, very cocky by by Abyss Black to sit there in Team Storm's jungle.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be taking 2 camps, the blue and the wolf camp. But it looks like Rumble has spotted it out. I don't think he's in any position to go for harass as he sees. I don't think Jinx has showed herself yet, but she will in a second.
There she is. Now she's there. He knows what's happened. They know they have a lane swap as well. And Zach is just going to push his way down to that mid lane. I think they might just try to go for a quick trade on the turret.
Yeah, this is interesting. Rumble,
oh no, he wants to steal the jungle farm top there in the bot area. Sorry about that.
That's fine. That's a better thing to go for. Going for that early gank could prove to put him even further behind. Rumble really coming out on the back end here. He doesn't get that early camp that Maokai did, so he's going to have to play catch up with the double jungle.
Yeah, and this is what's interesting about the lane swaps. This is when you got that buddy system in the jungle where the top lane and the jungler are just moving around the map, waiting to see where they're going to put their resources. No one is in the top lane now. There's a teleport. This is a bad idea. You got 4 people there now. This opens up a dive onto Hanukkah.
Yeah, this is looking really bad. He gets ignited. Nautilus taking up the first few shots, but there it comes. Nautilus taking up the last of it, and Gragas is going to get first blood and 3 assists coming over to Abyss Black.
Abyss Black playing that perfectly. They knew that there was probably going to be a teleport coming through from Rumble. And he, like you said, had got the backhand of the trade. He was not level 2 yet. And then from there, they're going to pick up an easy kill in that regard and really push hard as well. They might be able to get this turret down in time and be back in the bot lane before Team Storm have an opportunity to really reply with another tower.
Yeah, that was such a costly mistake, and as we can see, Team Storm are really paying for it. It seems like teleporting to the tower used to be a very common thing that we would see, but after these 4v1 dives came out, it was a lot more common for the buddy jungle to come out, and unfortunately, Honoka just not really scoping that one out and getting killed in the process.
Yeah, Team Storm's showing a bit of inexperience here. They are relatively new to this whole competitive play at a near professional level. And really, Abyss Black really showing that they do have more experience in the moment, taking an early lead from it.
Yeah, if you look at that 11 CS on that Maokai to 0 on Rumble and a death. Maokai, he's already got his 2nd Doran's Ring, but it looks like he flashes out the Elastic Slingshot, but Ezreal going to try and follow him up. But really nice read by Mistfish, getting that early ward down, predicting the 4-person dive. Now, that's what we would have liked to see from Honoka, but unfortunately wasn't meant to be.
Well, you really have a chance to flash in that situation. The moment that teleport was come in, everyone was rolling on through. They made sure they did it perfectly, so that if he did cancel that teleport, it'd be very bad for him there. That cooldown would be down, and they would have had a much quicker tower as well. They haven't taken it though yet, and as you can see, we've got a movement from the bot lane now making their way to their original home, coming on down, and watch Maokai back away and get on through as well. With an advantage as well, that means they're going to have tower and extra gold going on through for Abyss Black.
Yeah, look, this early game is really kicking off fast. Here comes Nautilus. He wants to make his way onto Rainy, but Sayonara is going to get stunned up here. The anchor toss comes through. The flash trap's not going to hit a Sayonara. Gets hit by the zap, and there's going to be so much damage coming through. Is the shield going to be enough? And no, it's not. There's another kill going over to Jinx.
We said Abyss Black really didn't make something happen towards this before this mid-game goes late, and they are doing that at the moment. Abyss are making moves across the map. They've already accrued themselves close to a 1.5k gold lead. Rainy gets caught as well.
Oh no, but is it a bait? Because here comes Katori, but the heal is used by Jinx. Rainy getting taken so low. I think he's going to be able to escape for this one, but same can't be seen for Katori. He does have his passive up. The Chomper's not going to hit, but they do hit Rainy on the back, but the rocket comes through, and he survives on a slither of health, but Jinx in the meanwhile getting taken very, very low.
Yeah, those minions are definitely doing work for them at the moment, but in this situation, they still come out on top. They force a flash, they force heal. Sure, she's also banned a few summoners on her part as well, but now she's got free farm as well. She's going to come out ahead of a Caitlyn that should be bullying her out in this situation, and on top of that, they've got even more gold to come from it as well. Amazing plays by Abyss Black throughout thing, really knowing the strengths of the competition and engaging it well.
Yeah, this early game is going so well for Abyss Black. They get the amazing tower dive followed by a tower for that early gold advantage. Then they rotate the ADC and support from the top lane down to bot to back up their Maokai, and just really beautiful strategic play coming out of Abyss Black.
Everything's starting to settle down now at the moment. Everything's sort of just returning back to its normal state, where everyone's sitting in the lane trying to farm up and bring whatever they can towards that team fight phase when it comes on through. Mr. Monkey, he's been chilling out. He seems to be having a good time just farming up while action is just happening everywhere.
Yeah, he did have the luxury of getting that first blood gold, so he is going to be able to get his Trailblazer a little bit quicker, allowing him for a much faster jungle clear. As we see, Rumble has done a nice job of catching up in CES, only 26 to 30 right now, but the extra gold from the tower and the 2 assists is going to still put the advantage in Maokai.
Yeah, he's got those 2 G-rings at the moment, and he's also got that Ruby Crystal. That's really going to help with his power and push him on forward towards that Catalyst. On top of that now as well, Abyss just walking past that ward. It's okay, I don't need to get it right now. He's looking for where Zach might be. Rainy is in trouble.
Yeah, gets snared up immediately. A lot of damage coming through from Zagoy. It's just so good when Nautilus can just get in on there, get his stun down, get the depth charge. Oh no, not the depth charge, sorry. The E just hitting them 3 times, doing a little bit less damage, but still, that's damage done.
Yeah, he's definitely on point today, making sure he hits his hooks as well. That shield coming in a bit late from Jana. She was off doing warding duty at the moment. I was thinking that maybe they would use that opportunity to really go ham, but they decided, to back off. We're ahead. We're just going to bully them out for the time being. Hanaka, again, doing a fantastic job. Still a little bit behind in comparison to Maokai at the moment, but look for a gank probably to come that way soon, because Maokai, once he locks someone down, he's going to hurt.
Yeah, considering the early game blunder by Hanoka, he's done a nice job of stabilizing his current state, but looks like the Chompers come out. So much damage going down to Divine Will. I don't think that's a trade he wants to make. Oh, but the teleport from Miss Fish in the backline. Here comes Rainy flashing, but the auto attack cancel is going to be not enough, and Rainy, just getting snared under tower, and there goes Jana to follow. A beautiful teleport coming in from Miss Fish.
Yeah, she thought she had out-traded Jinx in that situation. She had, but that was all a bait for Miss Fish in that situation. Then they forced the flash out of her, trying to see if she can pick up a return tail. She knows she was dead. Abyss Black making moves around everywhere. What a snipe by Zhao Main!
Oh, that was beautiful. The Ezreal coming in at the perfect trajectory and finishing off Jinx as she was waddling her way over to the dragon.
She's like, I'm safe at the moment. It's all good. Zhao Main's like, wait, I think Jinx is still there. Let me get this. And all good. Finally on the board, Team Storm.
Yeah, looks like Ezreal did pick himself up a nice kill. Gonna start stacking that tier, so no real power spike anytime soon. Whereas Orianna going for the Fiendish Codex, probably the makings of an Unholy Grail.
That's possible. She's also, it's hard to say what she's going to pick up at the moment. She's picked up that Fiendish Codex. She could go the Morellonomicon because she doesn't need the magic resistance.
That is true.
And wants to get that early damage on through first. But having that extra mana regen from kills is so big for Orianna as well, because she is quite a mana intensive champion once she gets going. It's going to be hard to see what she's actually going to pick up. The choice is really... It's really going to be weird to see. It really comes to how big this Rumble's going to get in the future. If this Rumble gets any kills or starts getting any big, look for that Grail to come on through. If not, she's probably going to pick up the Morello Nomicon because she's going to want that extra damage and that extra cooldown.
Yeah, the ball's in her court. She can really do what she wants with that gold advantage coming from that one tower. But it looks like Team Storm did pick up the bottom tower there. We see Maokai kind of trailing off behind Jinx and Nautilus. Maybe another play to be made on Rainy.
Possibly the case. There is that gold lead starting to accumulate for Abyss Black as well at the moment. Still around that 1.5k mark as well. Miss Fish wants to make something happen here as well. His lane's pushed up as well. Rumble's not going to be there anytime soon. This looks like a good opportunity for Abyss Black to really assert more dominance. Wow, the whole team is coming down. We've got Mr. Monkey as well. They cut Sayonara.
Yeah, it looks like Sayonara is going to fall. The twisted advance coming through. Rainy going to be getting zoned out here, but here comes Zach. Jumping over, gets the ult. There's the Rumble ulti, completely zoning off the red team. They're going to have to retreat from this one, but Ezreal comes through. The depth charge going to hit him. He gets hit by the anchor toss. The Arcane Barrage coming through. He misses the flash. Miss Fish going to get ignited and taken down. Divine Will flashing over. Is he going to get a kill and get excited? Yes. Oh, and the shockwave coming through. Getting two members. Rainy gets flash body slammed. The ignite going to be enough to finish her off, and Zach just has to retreat out of that one.
What a scrap going on through there by these teams. Abyss Black knew they had the advantage in the bot lane and really went through to engage it. Then in that situation, Team Storm thought, okay, no, we can get a return kill here. They're separated underneath our tower. Let's get in there. Zac ultimate use. Followed up by Xiaomei. Managed to get a good pick up. But then there was that trade coming on through by Divine Will to really pick that through. And now Abyss Black are on top, well and truly in the driver's seat. They're taking that tower as well. They're going to increase this gold lead even further.
That was a great timing on a fight because Janna didn't have her ultimate to disengage. So the heavy initiate coming out from Abyss is just going to be too strong for Caitlyn to deal with. And that's exactly what we saw. And as we mentioned in Champions, looked like Janna has gone for that ancient coin. And as you also mentioned, there's going to be no combat stats there.
Exactly, and that's what's happening for them at the moment. There's no combat stats. Abyss Black are taking advantage of it. No worries, you want to get that coin, so you want to have more gold later? That's fine. We're just going to take the gold right back off you by killing you. And now in that situation, we have this fight where we've got a double ADC in the lane. They're just looking to increase their siege potential around the map and really assert dominance.
Yeah, it looks like Ezreal has finished his Muramana. He is going to be going for the makings of a Sheen, I think, for a little bit more damage. They are going to be pushing down on the mid lane. The Orianna ball just going to be zoning them off at Xiaomei. He's going to be able to pick up that CS with a nice Arcane Barrage.
Yeah, that elastic blitz coming through from Kodoro. He's caught.
Yeah, so much damage coming down, and there's the shockwave hitting three members, putting Zac into his passive. The nice Janna ulti trying to keep the Bloblets alive, but it's not going to be enough as Mr. Monkey picks up a kill.
And that was really well played there by them. They managed to just miss Jinx for that little marker, and then from there the traps went down instantly. He was caught in place. There was a really nice ultimate by the Monsoon by Janna to really push everyone away, but there was not much they can do with the Bobbers trying to slowly make their way back in. The damage was too much. The shockwave was too good. Orianna really doing well at the moment. She's picked up that Holy Grail. Miss Fist taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, look at Hanuka just doing so much. The Rumble ulti coming through, and that's a dead Maokai.
Why, oh my in that guard. The tree thought he was strong in that situation, but he's got no magic resistance. He's already finished his Righteous Glory in that regard, but there's not really a lot of duelist potential for him in that situation. He got caught out by Rumble. Rumble's already hit his power spike. He's got that Haunting Guise and those Stalk Boots as well. And from that, he was just too strong in a one-on-one situation.
Yeah, he might as well be full build. That's how hard and fast Rumble can power spike in this game. Looks like push in the mid lane going to be coming out of Team Storm. Xiaomei just a bit low on mana here, so I don't know how long this push could really go for.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of clear there, but oh, well, fantastic flash by there. There's the teleports coming through. Will we have an engage?
Oh, looks like a nice Howling Gale, but Katori going to get knocked up here. He tries to get through with his bounce, but it's not going to be enough. Looks like the engage isn't finished yet as a barrel slowing two members. The crit's coming out from Jinx. Oh, but Hanuka blocking the Super Mega Death Rocket, going to be keeping his carries alive.
Yeah, and that Righteous Glory there starting to pay dividends for Abyss Black on that side. Abyss Fish may have died. They may have had a really good knock-up to stop him from getting in on the fight, but that Righteous Glory gave him just enough speed for them to pick up the kill on jungler and open up the mid lane for Abyss Black.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking to see every single one of these slingshots narrowly missing. Myself, a jungler, love Zac in Season 3 and 4, so it is a little bit painful to see him be brought down by such great reaction times on the side of Abyss Black, really using their summoner spells to get out of potential kills and potential loss of towers.
Yeah, they're really showing the mechanics as well at the moment. The dominance on the side of them, and they're going for the dragon as well. There are no wards on the side of Team Storm. They're just going to back away. They're not going to go with it in that regard. There is that ward. They're just warding it off. I think they're going to make their moves and clear it out soon because they don't want another free dragon going on the way of Abyss Black.
Yeah, it looks like we might see a fight coming up soon. Rumble, so good in these dragon fights with all the chokes, and he does have the teleport advantage. So he's going to, in the meantime, be able to push up, get himself some extra gold, teleport in when the team needs him.
Yeah, and Maokai now has finally picked up that magic resistance, getting that Spectre's Cal as well. Although in this situation, he's not there. He does have that teleport advantage. Tori getting out from that hook, trying to get landed on in there. That dragon is now live. When will the teleport from Rumble come through?
It'll be interesting to see because they did scan that bush, but scanners do not reveal pink ward, so they don't know if it's ward or not. And it just seems like they're avoiding it. But it looks like this dragon is going to be falling so quick with that added DPS from Jinx.
Team Storm have decided to change their objective. They thought, okay, you get the dragon, we get the mid turret. Abyss like, no, we get both. We're going to have the protection.
Oh.
That hook just missing on the side of them. Abyss Fish popping that Righteous Glory, trying to get in there, but I guess it was a bit of a waste in that regard. But it's all good. They managed to pick it up. Honaka is there on the top lane now.
Yeah, they're really a bit behind in terms of items, so it would have been a bit suicidal to try and take that fight. But they do want to take this fight in the top lanes, it seems. Xiaomain had to use Arcane Shift to get out of this. Here comes Sugoi. He's looking to make a pick, and he gets Zac mid. Elastic Slingshot locks him up. Orianna doing so much damage. Here comes the Let's Bounce, giving him that extra tenacity to get away. But there comes Maokai in the backline. He has his ultimate on. He's not taking any damage, and nice. Rumble ulti doing so much. Here comes Couture in the background. He picks up Mr. Monkey. This could be the potential turn that they're looking for. Raining and Ezreal just doing so much. The Janna ult keeping them alive. Divine Will getting hit by a few too many Mythic shots. Going to want to back off after that one.
Yeah, that was a fantastic engage by Abyss Black, but Team Storm showing their strength now. This is what happens when you don't get the kills. And now they're starting their chase. Oh, he is so low on Miss Fish. They're running away with their tails between their legs now. And this opens up the objective for the top lane for Team Storm now. There is BTK there and Divine Will. They have a bit of HP. Will they try and hold this tower?
It'll be interesting to see, despite being... Oh, the Shockwave hitting two members. This could be it. Rainy getting taken so low. Miss Fish getting a kill in the meantime. Jinx does get excited. She does miss a zap. Will she be able to clean up Rainy? The crit comes out. All she needs is one more crit, and there it is. I don't think Xiaomain's going to survive this one. Oh, and the far side orb coming through. You can't hide from Divine Will.
And that's what happens when there is that little inkling of engage left. The cooldown on the Ori ult was long, but not long enough in the case of Team Storm. They hang on there too long. Boom, it comes back up again, and straight away they manage to pick up a kill. This gold lead is getting a bit out of hand. We're looking at a 7k gold lead now for Abyss Black.
Yeah, if you'll notice that Divine Will has picked up an Avarice Blade, giving her that extra crit percentage. And as we saw in that fight, getting 2 consecutive crits in a row, really picking her up 3 kills. It's been such a great investment.
She's had that there for roughly, I'd say about 7 minutes now. That means all the preceding CS she's got in that time has been 2 extra gold and gold generation as well. She's finished her static shift. She's finished her IE. Like you said, a great investment, and it's paying its dividends right now.
Yeah, it looks like Ezreal, unless that's a ninja tabby, it looks like he is going in the makings of an Iceborne Gauntlet.
Probably looking to see if they can slow the game down, try to draw it out as long as they can. Like I said, they have the advantage in the late game, so he's going to get more control. He could be going for a Triforce in that situation as well, but like you said, that armor is there, so he will most likely be a Gauntlet.
Yeah, not many good things that the cloth armor can build into it for an Ezreal other than the Iceborne. And we saw the fight just before the kind of blunder in the top lane. Storm did a really good job of kiting despite being 5k gold behind. So I imagine that Ezreal's train of thought here is if we can just keep them at bay, keep kiting, keep ourselves from getting hard engaged, keep that Orianna away, we might have a chance.
Well, if Team Storm's team comp says anything to me, it's kite. That is literally what it is. That is their whole game plan. We are going to kite you to death, literally. You want to engage, go for it. But if something happens, but Honaka, he's in trouble.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to live to see another day as Jinx and Nautilus just making short work of that Yordle.
I think that Death Charge was a little bit overkill, but you know what? It's fine. I believe Nautilus is going to start building it. Cooldown reduction soon. Rainy's in trouble now. He's been caught by Abyss Fish.
Yeah, it looks like Abyss Fish going to be coming in here. The slow coming out from the sapling. The ult is going to proc any second now. Expect to see a big chunk of damage, and there it is. But Mr. Monkey wants another kill to pad his stats and chucks down the explosive cast.
And he's just there saying, look, Fist, do you need this? He's like, probably not. No, what? Bang! Thank you very much in that regard. I'll use my my little dunking competitor. Divine Well's just so big at the moment. He's shredding towers. This lead is getting worse and worse for Team Storm. Once they finally do get through all those outer structures, that will probably be when it starts to slow down a little bit, but then the Barons start opening up. That's live in the next 10 seconds. Fantastic knockup by Kotori.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, he is so weak, just getting obliterated by one Orianna combo. But here comes Hanukkah. Is this deja vu? Did we just see this happen? Hanukkah going to be getting taken down by the combo of Nautilus and Jinx once again.
They probably said they're going, I bet you we can get blue buff and get him again. Oh, yeah, no. Let's do that. No worries. Unfortunately for Hanukkah, that's exactly what they did. More kills going across the board for Abyss Black. Just showing their experience, just showing how much better they are at the moment. Come on, Team Storm. You really need to start showing them this is how we kite.
Yeah, it's obvious that Team Storm can play against these guys on the technical level, but the strategic outplays are real this game. We've seen time and time again, Abyss just having the better communications, arriving on time, being very patient with their plans. But Team Storm, it just seems like they're a little bit frazzled. They're trying to go for these greedy plays that just aren't working out.
And as that mid turret falls now, that is the last infrastructure that is outside of the base. And now the other objectives open up. Baron is live. Dragon is up in the next 40 seconds. There's already 2 in the favor of Abyss Black in the Dragon side of things. The next one with that crucial movement speed, really giving them the advantage they need. But now comes the next stage of the game. Will we crack the nut? That is Team Storm. Like, they have a lot of wave clear. They've got the Ezreal ultimates and the Ez perks coming through. They've got the Peacemaker from Rainy as well. And to top it all off, if they really need to, they can drop that ultimate from Rumble, the Equalizer, to really just shred through that minion wave. So it's going to be interesting to see how this team fights play out now. Everything's a bit calmed down as everyone just backs, spends their gold, and makes their way towards that dragon. Yeah, an 11k gold lead on the side of Abyss. This is looking insurmountable. We see 2 core items being completed by nearly every member, where on the side of Team Storm, most are just trying to scrounge up the last bit of gold to finish their to start their seconds, rather. Yeah, they're sort of like starved at the moment. There's a little bit of camps left as well. That do have good ward coverage in their own jungle, but if you look at how spread out Abyss Black's resources are at the moment, that just shows how strong they really are. We can have a couple wards here and there, just a few defensive, just to know if they are going to try and do something sneaky. And then from this point, we're going to see if we can actually pick up the Baron. They're going to go through and probably bait it out. Now, they're so far ahead that one of the key ways to end this game quicker and to get a bigger lead is to force the fight. We did see a lot of teams today really struggle with understanding what to do when the enemy confronts you at the Baron. Do you stay for the Baron or do you turn and fight? But so far, I have confidence that Abyss are going to make the right choice in this strategic play. Look at how many sweepers they have at the moment. They are just starving the vision for Team Storm. Now look at Team Storm. They're thinking, that, okay, where are they at the moment? They can see a couple people in the mid lane, but they don't know if they're sneaking Baron at the moment. Gragas is up top. That's probably going to give that away now at the situation. A little bit of relief for them there. But the big thing that's happening now is, well, we need to get in there and get wards, because they can do that Baron at any moment, at any time. Mistfish looking to get it engaged, but he's going to back away as soon as everyone sort of disengages from that area. Yeah, it looks like Zach just wants to get off into the fog of war to get a nice long-range elastic slingshot, but Abyss just not giving him the chance. Every time I see him walking off, they think, Zach's missing, let's back off. But a nice Arcane Barrage going to give vision of the Baron. There's the speed up by Abyssfish. He's got Hanoka. There's the flash. Double flash on. Will the fight start? Yeah, it looks like Hanoka's going to get taken down immediately. The Equalizer not doing enough. But Nautilus, he is frontlining here. 1v4. Can he survive this? It doesn't look like it. Oh, the shield going to be enough by Orianna to keep him alive. The fight's not over yet. A huge crit coming out from Divine Will, chunking Janna. The Ignite was going to be enough to take out Nautilus. A red buff, rather, by the look of it. Wow, the damage on Jinx is just amazing at the moment. 9-2 for 10. She's got another BF sword on top of her Infinity Edge. Probably going to be getting into a Bloodthirster now. That opens up the Baron as well. This is what you do, guys. You get the picks, you take the Baron. Do not try to take the Baron when their whole team is up, because you have these situations where you have the Baron throws coming through from the rest of the teams now. But they're still going to try and see if they can contest it at the moment with their poke. Yeah, if they don't contest it, they're basically giving up the game. They have to show some life, and BTKA getting taken really low. The poke from Caitlyn and Ezreal, not going to be enough, but does, you know, they're not going to be able to push off this without recoiling first. So buying them a little bit of time. Pretty much. And Abyss Black now have the tools they need to really crack the nut. get on through and push through. There's that third Baron now. They've got the movement speed they need. Well, not the third Baron, the third Dragon. They've got the movement speed they need. They have the Baron as well.
Yep.
So as well, there's a lot of good things going on the way of Abyss Black at the moment. Now they can push on through and really take control of the game. They have the siege potential that they need now. They're just doing a little bit of bookkeeping, I think. Let's get rid of our buffs. Let's get the waves pushing, and now let's get in their face.
Yeah, it looks like Rumble has picked himself up an Abyssal Scepter. So he's going to want to get in that fight and be able to soak up as much magic damage as he can while also dealing it. The Abyssal Scepter does reduce surrounding members' magic damage. Look at Sugoi. He's just, you know, being the frontline tank his team wants him to. Running in there, trying to secure a blue buff for his team.
Yeah, I'm surprised Team Storm haven't built an Aegis yet. Looking at the team that you've got, there's a lot of magic damage on the side of Abyss Black. None of it's been negated by any global sort of presence. They're trying to steal the blue buff away. The ultimate is now down for Xiaomei, but that's okay. We'll probably have it up soon again. Whoop, there goes the Righteous Glory.
Oh, looks like Zach just going to elastic slingshot out of there in time. Now, that's the problem with Zach. His escape is also his initiate. So if you can catch him on the back foot, there's no real way he can just turn it on and, you know, be in your face without sitting there and charging it for a bit. The Let's Bounce is great in a pinch, but you really want to initiate when your team enemies least expect it.
Yeah, and now you can see Abyss Black a splitting divide and conquer.
My
Whoa!
God.
What damage.
That was like
how much they can do.
that was
my,
almost got one shot by the looks of it. The Super Mega Death Rocket didn't look like it was enough. I wasn't sure if you dodged it. The camera did pan away. Looks like the first inhibitor will get taken down here. Looks like Nautilus wants a little bit of Sayonara, and Sayonara, mate, he's going to get taken out. No, the shield is going to be enough. BTKA getting taken really low. Here comes the ace in the hole. The shield going to be enough to keep him alive, but 2 members fall in the meantime. 1 for each team. Rumble, a nice double kill. And Ezreal on Miss Fish. Could this be a triple for Rumble? No! A nice double kill coming out, but here comes Mr. Monkey with the shockwave. Going to be finishing up Ezreal. BTKA getting taken out by Hanukkah, but he falls in the process. A really good, not last stand, but a really good last-ditch effort.
Yeah, that was amazing by Team Storm there, considering how far behind they are to really make the best of that situation there. Mr. Monkey and Abyss Fish, not exactly the strongest when it comes to taking towers, but thanks to that Baron buff, and a little bit of the buffs coming through from the Dragon, they are doing an effective job there. Will they be able to pick it up? I don't think they will. Zach's back up. Jana's back up. They need to get out of there.
Yeah, that was really nice by Rumble. He got a beautiful equalizer, and the Flame Spitter was just doing so much work. They definitely underestimated the power of Rumble in that fight.
Yeah, they managed to really get through and take out Divine Will very quickly in that situation. Once he had fallen, they had what they need. But that damage, that shockwave from BTKA was enough to come on through. But still, afterwards, Rumble did work. He's really managed to come through. He's 4-7 for 3. He just picked up those kills. Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see how that extra gold he does helps him in the next upcoming fight.
Well, he's picked up a needlessly large rod as they knock up Divine Will. Oh, everyone needs to get on out of there.
Yeah, the Shirelia's Reverie just coming through so good. But as I say that, Miss Fish just jumping straight onto Xiaomei. The Janna ult's going to come through, keep him alive for a little bit longer. The tower is now on Miss Fish. He's going to have to back out. Zach missing another elastic slingshot, it seems. Probably didn't want to hit that one, though.
Yeah, I don't think he did want to hit that one. He just came out of the blue there. I was just thinking, what is that green thing in the team fight? Oh, it's Zach. Shouldn't you be on the other side there? But that's okay in that regard. No one really goes down for this, but more objectives on the favor of Abyss Black. Another Dragon. Here we go, number 4. Everything going right for them at the moment. They have that inhibitor in the top lane as well. The Baron is still not up for about another 3 minutes in this situation as well, but that mid lane turret is really low. A lot of opportunities, a lot of options available to them because they can push either down the bottom side and really just get one person to come through and knock that tower over once all the resources of Team Storm are put in that defense.
It's always so daunting to see when your opponent gets that elixir of iron and increases their champion size by 25%. I mean, look at Maokai. Who wouldn't be shivering in their boots when that tree comes running through?
He looks like a whomping willow at the moment that he's that big. Harry Potter references in the house. He goes in.
Yeah, it looks like they know their main threat here, and Hanoka just going to be the focus, but it looks like he has changed his attention over to Rainy. The backline not going to be catching up, but it's not going to matter as Miss Fish's ult is going to proc and do so much. Oh, an amazing explosive cast, knocking Jaina straight back into the middle of the team, and the Bloblets going to fall shortly after, and this looks like it is going to be the game in favor of Abyss Black.
My oh my, even on the fountain, they don't get a break. The damage going through a clean S by Abyss Black. Very well played there. Done surgically, methodically. They had control throughout the entire game, and they made sure, apart from that one team fight, where they, to be honest, still managed to get something for it as well, they had complete control throughout the entire game.
Yeah, they really played on their strategy so well, winning each lane individually, just swapping them around as they saw fit, really dictating the pace, as it were. So a really great game to watch.
Oh, it was a fantastic game. It was really showing you, take your notepads out, guys. Have a watch to see what Abyss Black were doing. They really showed the strategies there. They knew exactly. It was almost like textbook. He will teleport in. We'll go through and take him from there. From that advantage, we'll push through and slowly starve them out. It was a fantastic game all around.
Yeah, like you said, they couldn't fall behind in that mid-game, and they did everything in their power to not.
Yeah, they just took control of the match. It sort of seemed that there was a chance for Team Storm to come on through there when they were up in that top lane before. They hanged around, but a nice big shockwave turned that around for them as well. And then from that situation, it was pretty much all she wrote.
All right, well, that was game 1 in the upcoming best of 3, so stay tuned for game number 2.